You want to know the 5 best quad triceps exercises? Well, I'm going to show you in this video in a step-by-step guide on how to do them and which are the best quads exercises in my opinion. Right now, I finished my workout. As you can see, I'm sweaty with the bandana and everything, but I will still try to give you value in this video. So let's get right into it with the first exercise. And which one is it? First exercise we have here are the squats, the original squats. And why I chose this exercise is, well, you have better exercises, which is the top 5. For that reason, we can choose many variations of the squat. We have a lot of it like the Smith machine squats, like the Bulgarian split squats, or even other exercises like, single leg squats, pistol squats. You have a lot of options to do, but in my opinion, the best one is the barbell back squat, which is this one, because you have so many options to do it. And the first thing is that you really first put your foot stance, whether the best is for you, because for some people it's gonna be wider or it's gonna be narrower. A good thing you can do is put your stance when you jump up and then come down. Whatever you put your stance, it's where you actually put your precision on the squat. So for me, it's around here, a bit more wider. I like it like that. And you go down like this and all the way up. Try to focus on like this, really sitting down on a chair. So bring your hips back and contracting your glutes all the way up. Try to always embrace your core all the way down and then up. And this way you do the squat in a better precision, and this way you achieve a lot of gains with it. Now, it's not necessary that you need to do the squats to grow your quads and your legs, but I really highly recommend it, especially if you're gonna train for strength as well. All right. Fourth exercise that I chose was the leg extensions, and I really like this exercise because you really can train the 4 quadriceps muscles of your quads. And so now, this exercise should be done in a controlled fashion. You should focus on the technique rather than just going to point A to point B, because if you go to point A to point B, you're gonna put in a way you don't track your progress and everything. You just come here and do like this, a terrible form, which you're just jumping right there. So how do we avoid this, right? So the first thing is that when we do this exercise, we grab the handles like we're pulling a lever up. So this way, you pull the lever up. Now you can put your feet like this or like this, depending on how is this functioning. In this case, if I put my feet down, it's just gonna go down. So I put it up so it's more secure. And putting myself like this, like pulling the levers up, embrace your core and up, and do slow eccentrics all the way down. So eccentrics and explosive concentric, like this. And of course, the last thing I wanted to mention is that try to put the pad all the way back, because if you put it all the way to the front, yes, even though you have a bit more elongation with your quads, the most important thing is that your hips are more extended. So this way your quads muscles are even more elongated as well. So you have more tension at the beginning, this way giving more stimulus to your muscles. So I think this is a good exercise. Try to find the one that the force is in equilibrium, like this one, which is the same force in each pad. If you choose the one that is here, you're gonna use more your right leg than your left leg, or vice versa, depending which one you have, because, well, I have realized that, and also because I had some knee pain in the past because of that machine. So if you can't find that machine, don't worry. We have another very good exercise for the quads that you can do as well. Third exercise that I chose, or the top 3rd exercise, is going to be the CC squats. And very nice exercise. You put your foot stance around your shoulder stance, or a bit narrower or wider, depending which one you're more comfortable with. You're going to grab something for support. Don't use your arm, but just for support. You're going to try to all the way down, bringing your knees to the front without touching your glutes with your back of your feet, right? And then all the way up. Now, always try to keep your core embraced, and pause 1 second at the bottom and explosive concentric. Now, I really like this exercise because you're already extending your hips way more than the leg extensions, right? And so if you experience some knee pain with the leg extensions, this is the best substitute you can do. I'm gonna show it now on a different angle, right here. So you can see, you all the way down, and you go all the way down and then back up. I'm gonna put it right here. Go to the front, oh, and see, that's another thing. You need to, if you don't have balance, you may fall doing this exercise. So I always recommend you to grab onto something. Then to the front, pause at the bottom, explosive. 1, 2, 3, okay. And there you got it. Now, if you've never done this exercise, start with it, focusing on the technique and with no weight at all. Then you can try to put a plate here on your chest or a weighted vest you have, and then progress slowly. Always progress slowly. If your technique breaks on the first reps, you're doing it incorrectly. The second exercise is going to be the Bulgarian split squats, which is this exercise that you do with one leg. This type of squat you do with one leg, like this, and all the way up. It's very similar to the reverse lunges, kind of, I don't know, but it's way more effective because you have a greater range of motion than the lunges, than the walking lunges, and even the reverse lunges. It's just way overrated in my opinion. I think Bulgarian split squats is a way better exercise that you can do. So how you do this exercise? Very simple yet very hard. So the first thing that you can do is you're gonna sit on the bench. You're gonna put your foot like this. You can try to bend your knees a bit, and then you're gonna stand up. Now this is your initial foot position. Now in my case, I put the feet back. It's actually very comfortable. For some people, you're gonna have less balance. You're gonna go like this. If you go like that, you can put your stance a bit. You can try to step back a bit. If that's okay, step forward. Now, if you go more forward, it's more for glute work. You go more backward, it's more for quad work. Right here. All right. So if you want to focus on both, try to find a stance that you really feel the stretch in both muscles. So around here, in my case, a good thing that you can imagine is that your both legs are parallel with like this. If one leg is more in the front than the other, it's more on the glutes. If your leg you're gonna work, it's a bit more like this, then maybe you're gonna focus more on the quads. So I think this is perfect for me. So embrace your core, always like that, and try to bring your glutes all the way back while keeping your core straight. Now, you can put your knees over your toes if you want to. If it hurts, try to keep your knees below your toes, right? Or under your toes. Like this. 1, 2, 3. Now you can put your hands like this as well. Like this as well. It all depends where you get the balance. You finish your first set in one leg, you put the same stance in one leg and then to the other side. Like this. You got it. 2 and 3. And that's a good way you can do the Bulgarian split squats. Let's get to the top one. Top one exercise that I chose is the hack squats, and what I really like about the hack squats is the flexibility you can have. First of all, it's a machine. It's very easy to load up. Maybe you take some time putting on the plates, but that's completely fine. The good thing is that you can go all the way to failure, like other exercises like the Smith machine squats, which I mentioned earlier. So just start doing this exercise, putting your foot stance on a position similar to the squats. So like I showed you, you try to jump, and then when you land on the floor, that's the stance that you're gonna use on the squats. It's a very good powerlifting technique that a lot of people do with the squats. So first, incline yourself, put your head like this. Now you're gonna have a little, I don't know where is this one. I think this is both of them that you use. So you're gonna use your force a bit, okay, like this. Now I release the security. You're gonna put still your grip like this, your head all the way back, and You go to the eccentric. 1, 2, 3, and all the way up. 1, 2, 3, and all the way up. Try to focus on like making a V with your legs when you're on the eccentric part. It all depends on what you're more comfortable with. I really like this exercise because it's so simple, so effective. It's everywhere in every gym. They have the hack squat, so I can just tell you to do any other machine that trains your legs, but maybe you don't have it, maybe you have it. So I think that the hack squat is a very good exercise that you can choose to grow your quads and other muscles like the hamstrings as well, or even your calves indirectly. So I think this is my top one.